Hello, in this video we'll discuss the writing process reviews, which you will compose throughout the semester. Please be sure to read the assignment handout before viewing this video, as I'll highlight key points here. I'll also note that this overview video is shared with the initial writing process review only, as the writing process reviews for later projects follow the same format, so please continue to refer back to this video throughout the semester. Now, to begin, I'd like to discuss the purpose of the writing process reviews, which requires me to explain our approach to writing this semester. The goal of this course is to teach you about writing, so that you become more confident in your abilities to write in any genre. With that being said, you are not expected to learn how to write, but to learn how you can learn to write in various situations. Learning to write in any genre does not have a specific set of rules that you can acquire and then implement in any situation. As you begin to write in a new or unfamiliar genre, you'll analyze the conventions of that specific genre along with the expectations of the rhetorical situation. Because of this, I'll base your grade in this course partially on how well you demonstrate or articulate your learning process. Since the focus of this course is not to teach you to write the perfect standard essay that you may be familiar with, but instead to show you ways to learn about writing in different genres, it makes most sense to then evaluate your learning progress throughout the semester. To do so, you'll compose a writing process review for the major projects. For each writing project, you'll find a writing process review handout in the module, like the one that we're viewing in this video. Here you'll find directions for the assignment, and if we scroll down, you'll see the directions section which outlines those specific expectations. So to start, you'll compose at least a 500-word response for the writing process review that addresses the prompts on this handout. You may do so either as a short answer response to each question or by composing a brief essay. In your response, please be sure to use language and mechanics appropriate to our academic community. Most importantly, in addition to your personal perspective, you'll need to highlight evidence from your project to support the discussion. So let's review each prompt now to ensure you fully understand the questions and are able to provide the evidence from your project needed to defend your answers. The initial question is asking about your The initial question is asking about each stage of your writing processes. Everything from your initial planning, like brainstorming, to drafting, and finally revising the project. You can discuss work you've completed through our assignments, like the discussion boards and peer review, as well as steps you took to further build your project, such as discussions with me, your instructor, or even visiting the Writing Center if applicable. Then discuss how this ultimately impacted your final project. How did it transform from beginning to end? Then the next question is, what is the purpose of the project? While I know the immediate purpose is to do well in our course and meet an assignment requirement, I'm asking you to dig deeper here. What does this narrative mean to you? How do you hope to accomplish this by writing the assignment? Then, who are you writing to? For this project, you are writing directly to me, your instructor. So what effect do you hope your narrative has on me, and what moves or rhetorical choices did you make to ensure this happens? Did you appeal to my values, beliefs, interests, knowledge in some way? Do you share content that's important to your audience in some way, or make moves in your writing to ensure the assignment is understandable to your audience? Next. How do you address the conventions of the genre? How have you ensured this is a narrative? Do you use vivid details, ensure the story is organized, use first-person perspective, and highlight a significant message? Next, how is critical thinking evident? It may be helpful for this question to consider what was the most challenging when you were writing this assignment. Did you think critically about the topic, the genre expectations, your rhetorical situation in some way? And finally, if you had more time with this project, what would you do? How would you change, expand, or revise your project in some way? The last two portions of this handout outline deadline and assessment expectations. I introduced this assignment early in the module so you can carefully and critically consider the processes you're using and the moves you're making as you compose it, instead of after the fact, in which it becomes harder to reflect back on the ideas you would want to share in your writing process review. And then for assessment, please be sure to consult the assignment rubric. A final point to note about this assessment structure is that even though I assess your learning, your final products for each project will still be very important. Part of how you'll demonstrate to me that you've learned is through composing successful projects that directly show the skills you've acquired. While I'm available to guide your learning, you're ultimately responsible for your own grade. While this may be a new system for grading for many of you, we'll continue to reflect on your learning throughout the semester so you can become comfortable with this model. You may also feel free to meet with me at any time to discuss this further. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions about this. Otherwise, I look forward to reading your writing process review and your final project eventually. Thanks so much and have a nice day.